Dean Basilia, Hunter Cook, TJ, Alfred E. Newman, Macklin, best of the best, Texas high school football. There you go. That's you, buddy. First up on our list, Game of the Week Friday, Lake Travis-Westlake. Who you got, Dean?
I gotta go with Austin Westlake. You know, Sam Ehlinger's coming back, and for them, big district game. You know, it's a rivalry game, so you gotta go with the UT recruit in Austin Westlake.
Man, I'm going Lake Travis on this one. I think home field's going to play a lot into it, and Ehlinger coming back will be good, and there will be a lot of points, but ultimately, I think Lake Travis pulls this one out.
TJ?
I hate to sound like a repeat record right there from what Hunter just said, but it's Lake Travis's game to lose. With Sam coming back, that's good for them, but it takes away from a lot of their running game that they really were depending on and relying on whenever he was out. Plus, Lake Travis are averaging 306 yards per game over the air, and if they put this game away early, it's going to be real hard for Sam to play catch-up.
So whoever wins this game, Lake Travis or Westlake, do you think they'll be the team to beat in Division 6?
I don't know, man. There's so many good teams on 6A.
No, I mean, for sure that they will be. I mean, it's a tough schedule that they're playing right now, so it's going to bode well later on in the season whenever they get to think of that playoff thing. And with Lake Travis and with how well they're playing, I don't see how a defense will be able to keep this high-powered offense off the field for too long.
I think for sure they'll be the team to beat in that region and in that area. But, I mean, I think the Dallas region is just too strong this year. You know, you got DeSoto, Allen, South Lake all coming out of that area. So I think Dallas is the region to beat this year.
So Sam Ehlinger, he came back last game, 4 touchdowns the first half. What do you think his impact's going to be on Westlake since they've had a pretty good run without him? Do you think he's going to disrupt the rhythm at all?
No, not really. I mean, they plugged and played with him before. They can plug and play without him. Like, that team has really shown that they're not just Sam Ehlinger. They're better with him in, but they're not just Sam.
It takes so much of offense and puts it on him, whereas when Nakia Watson was without Ehlinger in the backfield, he had games of 130, 146, 207, 159 yards on the ground. With Sam, he has failed to even eclipse 90 yards of rushing. So that makes their offense very one-dimensional whenever he's under center.
But can't you say that he picked up the slack for Ehlinger?
Yeah, he did, because it was more a well-rounded offense when Sam was out. With Sam, they all kind of look at him and go, "Hey, figure it out. Take us to glory."
They've scored more with Ehlinger in, though. They're obviously like a better team with him in there.
But they played a terrible Hayes team last week that got their heads caved in by Lake Travis the week before Sam came in and looked like the glorious returner that he was on a white horse.
So I was going to say, Sam is also part of that running game, too, as well.
Right, which takes away from Nikita in that against Katy, when, yes, they did put up 32 points, Nikita only rushed 12 times, 58 yards, failed to get in the end zone. I mean, if Lake Travis zeroes in on Sam and says, "We're taking him away," everyone else does not have the reps behind them to say, "Okay, we'll pick up the slack for you." And that's what I'm worried about for this game, and even going further, even into the playoffs.
But isn't that every team's goal, is to take Sam away? And then you just said yourself, the reps.
Yep.
You know, to take care, and he's proven that he can carry the load. So if they do take Sam away, why not?
With that, but the mentality is what I'm saying. The mentality of Sam's back there. Oh crap, Sam's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Now what do we do? It's a puncher's mentality. If you get hit in the face once, your game plan's completely thrown off, and you're stumbling around trying to pick your mouthpiece off the ground. But Buster Douglas has knocked you out.
Well, don't forget that the defense has improved too steadily over the last couple of weeks, and they've stepped up big too. It wasn't just Nakia Watson; it was also the defense. So you don't think that if Ehlinger has a bad game, the defense isn't going to continue doing what they've been doing the last couple of weeks, TJ?
Not against the Lake Travis team that's been completely just demolishing defenses left and right up until this game.
Yeah, I think they definitely can step up. They've shut down some pretty good teams. I mean, DeAndre Glass out of Katy, another guy. They pretty much more or less limited on the ground to about all that you can really ask a team to limit a really good running back like that in high school.
Kyle said in the TCU Oklahoma game, first one to 50 wins. I think this might be one of those games.
First one to 50.
All right, so it seems like we're all in agreement that DeSoto and Allen are pretty much the top dogs of Texas right this moment. Who do you all think is better right now?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's like picking which one do I like more, Coke or Cherry Coke. I mean, they're very similar in the sense of they're great teams, and they're going to be there at the end, past Thanksgiving in the playoffs. But if gun to my head and I had to put money down right now, I'd have to say DeSoto's the better team between the two.
Why do you say that?
I mean, just look at how well their offense is clicking in the past few games. They're putting up points left and right. Just the way that they're playing, they're making teams play catch up with them. It's going to be hard for a team to always be matching up, point for point.
I don't think I have to go that extreme to a gun to my head, but I think I'm going to pick DeSoto too.
Okay, Hunter, give me some controversy. Pick Allen for me.
No, I'm not.
Come on,
I'm
man.
not going to. I will say Allen will be the better team on down the line, in my opinion.
All right.
But right now, it's purely resume for DeSoto. They've beaten better teams. They've beaten a really, really underrated Midland High team. They, kind of kicked the tar out of Cedar Hill there. And Cedar Hill, they've played some good teams too. I don't think Cedar Hill is necessarily a terrible team, but they're up there. DeSoto's resume is just better at this point.
Moving to college. What was the biggest Big 12 takeaway from the weekend? Was it A, UT's loss to Oklahoma State, B, Baylor's come from behind win, or C, TCU's loss to Oklahoma?
I think the least biggest surprise out of all that was Baylor continued to win. I don't know why everyone was, all hesitant about Baylor not being good this year. It's the same team. It's the same coaching staff besides Art Briles. I mean, what did they really lose besides a couple transfers?
Are you looking at me and TJ on this? Is that why you said that? With Baylor, we said it was going to be a dumpster fire, remember?
Yeah. No, I mean,
They are, morally.
The soul is, but the football team isn't performing as one.
All right, Hunter, I remember me and you talked about Baylor being exposed later because of their lack of recruits. Do you still think that that's the case?
Maybe. I have no idea because we don't know if Jim Grove's going to stay. We don't know who they're going to go after if he leaves. If they get a good, solid recruiter at Baylor, like another Art Briles, then Baylor could very well continue on that trajectory.
My takeaway with TCU and the loss of Oklahoma is that it just ruins any chance the Big 12 has of getting a playoff team this year.
Let me finish this off with a game called As I Tweet. Our writers create scalding column headlines or tweets for the hottest take of the week or the weekend. Dean, what do you got for me?
I think even though Region 1 is the best region in the state, D1, D2, whatever, and 6A, team from there will not win state, won't even make it to state.
Ooh. Hunter, hit me.
A team from West Texas will win Region 1 in 6A.
Ooh. All right. It's getting a little hot in here. TJ, what you got?
As I tweeted, this comes back to our radio show that Kyle and myself have with our other co-host, Brian DeMarco, who heads up TexasStateJustFootball.com.
I appreciate it.
Flavor Flav being like the offensive defensive coordinators to a football team, as if you do not have a proper hype man or proper person behind you before the main MC or main coach or whatever, your group or your team is not going to be well. So as I tweeted, Flavor Flav was an important part of Public Enemy and also RIP Radio Rocky.
Chuck D didn't need him. He didn't need him. He was fine on his own.
That's like saying Notorious B.I.G. did not need Puffy as his hype.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Do we think that Puffy killed Notorious B.I.G. or had anything to do with it?
That's for a whole nother show called Texas Conspiracy.
There you go.